Well, it's a moving, creative, and colorful new picture book for all ages, helping us show that we can navigate around life's burdens and forge our own paths. Great message.
Yeah, when things aren't going right. Go Left by New York Times #1 best-selling author and illustrator Peter Reynolds and author and film producer Marc Colagiovanni. Welcome. This is so, first of all, we were just so enamored with this book. It's actually visually beautiful, so thank you for that, and I think kids will love it.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm Peter. I'm the artist. I got the honor to illustrate Marc's very, very moving words.
Yeah. I mean, tell us a little bit about how this was inspired and how the two of you teamed up, because you've got one who's a unpublished author and another who's a New York Times bestseller, but, you know, you ended up kind of merging and making this beautiful book.
Yeah. Well, I own a bookstore in Dedham, Massachusetts, and my work for the past 30 years has been to create books like The Dot and Ish to inspire people to share their voice, their stories with the world. And I had the great opportunity to meet Marc. He came into my bookstore and he shared some stories with me. And what was kind of remarkable was that he's a real estate attorney, but he has 3 kids and he loves them and wants them to grow up to be amazing humans. And he wrote a few stories and he shared one of them with me, actually a few, and I fell in love with each story. So that's how we connected the dots.
So I just want to say, and I don't know if this is a real thing, but you sort of made me feel really good about a saying that we've had in my family my whole life. When in doubt, I was always told to go left. And I don't know if that's a thing, if it's generational. Your book is called Go Left, but that has saved me. Like, even when I'm driving and I'm lost before my MapQuest and GPS and all that, I would like, well, I'll just go left. So that has been my lifelong advice. Where did Go Left, the title, come from?
So, truth be told, the idea woke me up in the middle of when it was 5 a.m. and I had this idea in my head, nothing's going right, go left. And it just kind of popped into my head. And from there, the story just kind of unfolded from there. And then it turned into a play on words of not so much a direction left, but leaving behind. Our worries and fears.
I'm just going to read a little bit, but like this little kid who says, you know, one day nothing was going right, so I decided to go left. And he's like, as I walked away, I thought, did I make the right choice? Should I go back and get them? The doubts crept in. So you know what I did? I left behind my doubts. Yep, I left them right there on the ground. And they bellowed, you're making a mistake. Like, I love how you personify the doubts and the worries. And the doubts and the worries, like, what's happening to us? And the kid's like, you'll be fine.
Right. It was so much fun to illustrate. You know, I'm thinking, well, what do worries look like and fears? And as a illustrator, I got to use my imagination, and I thought, I don't want them to be too scary, because we're trying to help people deal with you know, fears. And so I created these little critters, and Marc just did a lovely job at you know, saying, yeah, you can give yourself a little break and put your worries down. And I know, Marc, that you were inspired by the pandemic, right? I mean, we all went through a tough time. Yeah. I know in your house it was tough.
Yeah, that's what inspired the story, watching my children who were 10, 8, and 8 at the time. And the distance learning portion of that was brutal in my house.
Me too, I get you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was tough for all families and communities. The moment those computers turned on in the morning, everyone started crying, my wife and myself included. But it was the first time I realized that children really can experience these feelings at a very intense level. And while it was heartbreaking to witness as a parent, it was very eye-opening as well. And I see it as a blessing, because now I become hyper-focused on how they're coping emotionally.
Yeah, and that's really great. And this is a great way to normalize doubts and worries and how we can just choose to let them go. So thank you, guys. We're out of time here, but the book is available everywhere when things aren't going right. Go left. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Have a great day, everyone.
Have a lovely day.
Yeah, you too. Have a great day, everyone. And we will see you back here for Eyewitness News at 4 in just a moment.
Have a great weekend.